Hello everyone, my name is Aryan and I welcome you all to my YouTube channel, The Whisper Link. So this episode is going to be different from all the episode I have uploaded till now in my on my channel. So this is not a podcast. This is a workshop taken by one of my friend, Shirsh Jain. He is currently interning at ISRO and he also cracked GSoC 2024. So in this video, I will be telling you about the web development part, GSoC and open source contribution. So this is going to be our three-part video series. In first part, we will be covering the web development part. In second, we will be completing the open source contribution part, and in the third part of this series, we will be covering the GSoC part. So I should say that you should completely watch all the three videos of the series because she will tell you everything in very detail. Like starting with the web development, you can like full stack, front end, back end, everything. He will be covering in the first part of the video. And I hope you all watch this video till the end. And if you find any questions related to the web development or anything, just comment down. I will be resolving all your doubts, or I will be connecting you with the sheets. Thank you.
If anybody has any questions in between, we are happy to answer to that. But we will expect somewhat questions from you, right? So yeah, I think so. With this note, we can begin, Sheesh. So let me give you a quick review about Sheesh. Sheesh is a third year undergraduate pursuing his bachelor's right in MSc Chemistry plus Manufacturing from the BITS Pilani campus. Recently, he has cleared the GSoC round for the GSoC 2024. So we all are here to gain some knowledge and experience from. Matlab, in a basic say, let's say that I am a student. I have no knowledge about the tech, how the basic functioning of the GSoC goes, right? So at this point of time, Sheesh, who have some experience in this field, is here to give an overview of कि कैसे किया था, right? और हम भी इस फील्ड में अगर उतरना है तो कैसे हम उतरेंगे, right? So I think that with this note we can start, Sheesh.
Yeah. So
okay. Okay. So Shirish, can you please share your screen? So starting with the web development, I believe like Shirish, what is the difference between the front end, back end, and databases part? If you can explain about this.
Just sorry, I left the hit here. So can you repeat whatever happened?
Yeah. So I was saying that can you please explain the difference between the front end, back end, and databases part? Like what is the difference between them?
We'll actually begin with that thing. I think my slide is visible now. Okay, please ignore the typo. There is I think a typo in starting that word, so just ignore it. So I think it's visible, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So now, so a lot of you people from like right now are joined may have experience in web dev. I'll say ki after this also you'll gain something out of it, even if you have, because I'll be explaining everything into it, ki how things get connected. And I'll be showing live codes also. So that would definitely give you knowledge. So we'll just go through from a very layman to some advanced things also in web dev, so सबको एक gist मिल जाए, ठीक है? So, ठीक है. That's just a summary about me. I think it's visible, right? Because I am not able to see. Yeah. So, I'm Shirsh. I am having a MSc Chemistry and B Manufacturing in this, and from 4 to 5 years, I have been dwelled into the cybersecurity as my field, which I used to love that shit. Ki, like kuch hack kara and like kuch like you can get access, then you feel really proud of yourself. So that was something which I used to do from last 4 to 5 years. Then after coming to the college from 1 2, I started doing full stack development. I hold my proficiency in Python, Django, Go, APIs, Docker, Azure, and many other things. So other than that, currently I'm also a summer intern at ISRO, where I'm working on a project of machine learning and deep learning, like geospatial analysis of illegal mining and land occupation, like through remote sensing, if you know what it is, GIS and GNSS. So these are the few things which like satellite data is there, and we put machine algorithms just to analyze what they are doing and how you can predict there is an illegal mining or this thing. So right now I'm working on this project, and from tomorrow I'll be starting my officially coding period of Google GSoC 2024 for OWASP organization. So this is just a summary what I do and what I have been doing past few years in tech and all. So yeah, and one more thing, a lot of people might have the stigma that ki, this is like thing जो generally CS वाले achieve करते हैं या with good CG. I am telling you, ना तो मैं CS हूँ और ना मेरी बहुत अच्छी CG है, because this is something which I don't like. I love my to spend 10 hours just coding rather than studying. So it is more about passion and what you want to do. So वही है, तो ये स्टिग्मा भी like doesn't even matter कि आप कौन से कॉलेज से हो, कौन सी ब्रांच से हो, कितनी आपकी सीजी है. It is purely passion thing. And yeah. Now we'll be coming to your question, Aryan, that you asked the difference between front end and back end. So I have a very good example, and I'll be showing you the code, which will give you a very correct example. What is the difference and how do you connect them? Okay, so what is the agenda? So first we'll be going with an introduction to a web dev, what web dev is. Then we'll be taking a deep dive into the verticals and alternatives of those verticals, because there is not just one path to achieve the web development. Then we'll be having an intro opportunities, and we'll definitely be sharing resources with you. Open source, what is open source, GSoC and other programs, how to work for GSoC. So that is org filtering. A lot of you people would be have joined for GSoC and thing. So yeah, so we can first begin with a basic web development knowledge, and then we can start with the GSoC, because a lot of you people have the question कि GSoC तो समझ लिया, अब उसमें करना क्या है. So this is what you have to do there. One of the things. So org filtering kya ho gaya, and then we'll be finally sharing a resource drive or something like this after this session. Okay. And then we'll definitely be having a Q&A. So I think now you can see an intro to web dev page, right?
Yeah.
Haan. So web development basically kya hai? So it is not just what websites you see. There's a lot of things going on. Just Instagram pe login kara and you saw the post. It is not that simple. It is uske piche to hold you on that post. There's a lot of algorithms working and a lot of things working. So this is all done by the people who are into web dev, that is creating, building, and maintaining a website. There are other stuff also. ML algorithms are like put into it, and that makes you interesting. So IoT devices का भी काम होता है. There's a lot of things into it. So just to summarize how web dev works, I have categorized into 4 fields. Generally, यही रहती है, that is backend, frontend, UI, UX, and development. तो डेवलपमेंट एक ऐसी चीज है जो स्किल जनरली बैकएंड के बंदे को बाय डिफॉल्ट माना जाता है कि ये इसको आना ही चाहिए, बट इट इज अ सेपरेट category, because in bigger companies this is a different separate work जो करना पड़ता है. So this is the thing. So we'll start basically now. What is the back end and what is front end basically? तो वहां से बहुत वो चीज समझ आ जाएगी back end और front end में क्या difference. So to go with back end, basically back end की एक बहुत लेमन और बेसिक जो डेफिनेशन है, that is basically everything which you can't see is backend. It is existing. Because of this, you are getting the functionality, you're getting everything, but you still can't see it. That's the beauty about backend. So it is kind of like a spine in your body. जो सबसे central part है, the nervous system and everything, but you still are not able to see it. So backend में basically at the front end, I'll just show you that slide, right? And front end basically वो सारी चीजें, everything which you see. So this is all the thing that works. So I'll be going a bit deeper and the journey to get you to the point कि exactly कैसे web development start करना है, and then we'll switch to the part of GSoC. So backend वाली चीज के अंदर if you go like, so it is mainly focuses on database, backend logic, APIs, architectures, and servers. बहुत बड़ी terms है, but I'll explain it. So database, it is just as simple as you go on a random website, you put a download button, it gets downloaded and saves in your laptop memory. बस database भी एक ऐसी ही चीज है, बस उस चीज को थोड़ा बड़ा कर दो, बड़े सर्वर्स होंगे, बड़ी मेमोरी स्पेस होगी, बड़ी रैम्स होंगी और एवरीथिंग थोड़ा ज्यादा चीज होंगे, जीपीयू प्रोसेसर्स होंगे, कोर ज्यादा होंगे, दैट्स ऑल. बट आखिर में वो है कंप्यूटर. तो डेटाबेस भी वही है कि सिंपली now you go on to a random website, you put your name, suppose you came here and you put a name and you logged in. So you logged in, there's some history, this recording is going on. So इस सब चीजों को कहीं तो सेव रखना पड़ेगा. So on some server, on some Microsoft के server पे सब चीजें store होगी. That is database. Now what is a backend logic? I think every one of you would be able to see raise your hand button over your this ribbon. Now, what if you press it? What should actually happen? So this is the game. Basically, this is the backend logic. कि यहाँ पर basically अगर ये button press होगा, तो there should be a notification sent as a Dashbir raised a hand, Chirag Valla raised a hand. So this is kind of a logic written in backend or maybe in a front end also JavaScript के अंदर भी ये चीज लिखी जा सकती है. But this is kind of a backend logic. A lot of people are confused with API. कि API क्या चीज है? So I'll just explain you with a very simplest example. Right now, we all are maybe sitting in a room. Like, suppose I'm also sitting in my room. Okay. In this room, I have a lot of things kept here, like my phone, like this calculator, my wallet. Okay. Now, if I want someone कि वो ये phone का उसको phone ले जाए, so what I can do is simply कि he'll come from the gate, he'll simply come here, he'll take my phone and he'll go. But the problem is कि now he has access to all of the other things, my laptop, my this wallet, my calculator, and other also things, which we don't want कि सबको access मिले. So what we did कि if I want him he should just have an access of phone, what I'll simply do, I'll make a window. I'll make a very small window, just so he can put his hand, and I'll keep my phone near to that window. He'll simply come here, he'll take that phone and he'll go away. Now he has access to that phone, but उसके अलावा कोई और चीज का access नहीं. So this is what API is. You are having an access to basically certain database, a certain type of service, but not everything in the data. Then there is architecture, which is a more advanced shit, and the server side things also, which will be covering in development. If a lot of people, I don't think so, interested in that, but so we'll can skip it. So if someone has that request, we can cover it right now, but that's a more advanced thing to go in. At development, I'll say it is more an essential thing, like knowing Git, knowing the shell commands, and knowing how development is. So can tell me if you want to cover this part, or we can skip it. That's like we can. So अब एक सवाल आती कि right now a lot of people come to the thing कि यार backend तो है, but like how to start the backend. So it is basically, I know C, abhi, most of you people have done CP course and you'll be like, oh, I know CP. Can I do web development from that CP? Yes, you can. So the C, C++, Java, Node.js, PHP, Go, Python, these all are the languages from which you can start your backend journey. But I'll just say कि best and starting language कौन सी होगी, that will be Python, because Python एक ऐसी चीज है जो हर जगह यूज होगी. and is easier. तो उससे बैकएंड अगर स्टार्ट करोगे तो देन फिर सी प्लस और जावा जो है उसके अंदर तुम्हारा काम आसान है, तुमको और ज्यादा लॉजिक्स बेटर समझ आएंगे. एंड देन यू गो टू देन एडवांस थिंग्स एंड ऑल. पीएचपी बहुत पुरानी लैंग्वेज है, गो नई चीज ऑप्ट हो रही है, नोड जेएस इज आल्सो an option. So this is all about, I think, backend and this thing, just an idea. Journey also, a lot of people ask you journey कैसे हो सकती है. So you can start this with this a Python course that is of code with Harry. So I've linked it here. We'll share with the slide, which will take you around 10 to 15 days, 8 minute K videos, and there are some 100 videos which are basic. If you are gone through the CP course, you'll be able to easily understand and cover it. Then they go for a practice and do some projects. Any two ideas like quiz management, library management, and some like this program. Then you can start with the framework like Django, जहाँ पर तुम ये framework होता है. Now there's a confusion a lot. Framework क्या है? Framework is kind of thing like if Python is a range of sharp objects, then I'll say कि Django is a katana maybe, or maybe a specific sword which is used for just for killing. There is knife, there is everything, but there is a sword. So kind of Django वो एक specific काम के लिए, specific काम है web development. So these are these frameworks and this is how they work कि तुम्हारा काम web dev के अंदर वो बहुत easy कर देंगे. So then go to this course. The best course for is Corey Skeffer, which I also linked in it, which will take you 15 to 20 days, another 15 to 20 days. Because उसमें आधे घंटे के videos हैं, 17 से कुछ 18 videos होंगे. But those lecture will take you around 1 hour to cover. Then again practice, and then you can call yourself as a backend developer, but you are still a noob because 2 projects won't be enough. The more you spend your time projects, the better you will get. Then there's a front-end developer. So just to explain what HTML, CSS is and JavaScript. So it's basically HTML is just a skeleton. JavaScript is muscles which give it functionality to move, act, react. And CSS is basically the styling. So that's how you can understand. So HTML में बस चीजें aligned होती है, JavaScript में suppose आपने बटन दबाया तो उस पे बटन दबाने पे क्या होगा वो से देती है, and CSS is just styling की कौन सी चीज का. So this is all I think we know. These are the resources of basically how you should go for a front-end developer journey, that basic HTML and CSS, then you go for JS, then you go for more JS, DOM manipulation, positioning content, responsive of web design. So basically responsiveness means कि right now you're viewing the screen in laptop. Someone of you would be viewing it in phone. तो वो जो स्क्रीन छोटी हुई तो वो पोजीशन फिर भी वही मेंटेन रहे या ऑप्टिमल जगह पर मेंटेन रहे, तो दैट कम्स विद रिस्पॉन्सिव वेब डिजाइन. There are color and gradient forms and web local storage. This is a very important thing also for advanced part, and there are more to it. So this is there's a very interesting video for JS framework. So a lot of people now after doing all of these things comes confusion कि अब framework क्या होता है, ये वापस framework आ गया, Node.js, React.js, AngularJS. So कौन सा करना चाहिए? So I have a very interesting video to actually explain कि ये क्या है.
1990, HTML is invented. 94,
So I
CSS.
hope it is visible, the YouTube video, and the audio is also visible, like audible, right? Can you, Aryan, audio आ रहा है?
1990, HTML is invented. 94, CSS invented to fix HTML. 95.
So this video will be explaining कि why इतने सारे frameworks exist करते हैं और हमें actually कौन सा करना है. So this is just a small video.
5, JavaScript invented to fix HTML and CSS. 06, jQuery invented to fix JavaScript. 2010, AngularJS invented to fix jQuery. 2013, React invented to fix AngularJS. 2014, Vue invented to fix React and Angular. 2016, Angular 2 invented to fix Angular. 2017, WebAssembly invented to fix this madness. 2019, Svelte invented to fix React, Angular, and Vue. React Hooks invented to fix fix React. 2020, View Composition invented to fix React hooks. Is Solid invented to fix React, Angular, Svelte, and Vue. HTMX invented to fix React, Angular, Svelte, Vue, and Solid. 2021, React Suspense invented to fix React again. 2023, Svelte Runes invented to fix Svelte. 2024, jQuery is still used on 75% of websites.
75% of websites.
So this is actually a thing कि मतलब इतने सारे framework actually exist इसलिए करते हैं because there's no official framework from JS that कि this is would be framework. So every kind of users made their own frameworks and they started doing it. But ये जो चार मैं सामने display कर रखे हैं, one is React, Vue, Next, Angular, and Node. These five actually are very important frameworks which you should be like इन चार पांचों में से कोई भी एक उठा लो, start working on it, and then you'll be able to learn other very fast in a like very fast because सब बहुत similar way में ही work करते हैं, pattern बहुत same है. So जितना GSoC के अंदर मैंने देखा, most of the organizations are using Angular and Vue and also the Node. So for the front end part, they're using Angular more and Vue, and some of the website for backend thing they're using Node.js. So it is something which दोनों ही जगह use हो जाती है. तो ठीक है, that is one other part. Other thing that is web design. ये सबसे like niche vertical है बहुत ही. A lot of people consider it is not as a web development part, but it is because right now जो Microsoft Teams का UI possibly आप देख रहे हो, that is the thing which is delivered by the design team. So the whole game changing and the software which is free to use in the web designing is basically the Figma. And to learn, there's a tutorial in just 24 minutes, half an hour you learn to use Figma. And I'll say, but that's not enough because to develop the creativity, I'll say learn, observe, and follow those who have it. So you need to get to follow such designers. I have mentioned one of the designer, Nick. He's a very good designer and he gives a very good tutorials on Figma. So that would like like help you develop that creativity in you. Other, you can follow their account on Dribble, Instagram, and Behance. Like one of my seniors, very good into design. If you will see his Instagram ना, उसमें like लड़कियों की रील्स नहीं आती है, उसमें उनके उसमें सिर्फ डिजाइन आती है. और उनका like campus पे I think which campus best design senses. So that how he has learned this thing because of that Instagram algorithm को ही अच्छी चीज में use करना. He has changed all that part to develop his creativity rather than wasting time. So that's a one way to be actually spend your time in. So now we can come to the part of GSoC, which I think a lot of
Shirish,
you people would be
I
waiting.
was saying, yeah, before moving to GSoC, if you can give like more of a introduction to the open source, no? Like what is
We'll
open
be
source?
having. Yeah, definitely we'll be having. So right now, if
And
anyone is having a question,
yeah,
huh,
guys, you can ask a question related to web dev, if any.
web dev, if anyone is having any question, then we'll take
Just
the
raise your
question and
hand.
then we'll just switch to that part. I, huh,
Yeah,
then
some
we'll start with
question
the
of
GSoC thing and everything.
hey, before like moving on, can you tell like what are the challenges faced by you in your process of learning web dev?
So what happened ki, so I was doing a task of one department and club which we are having here. So in that process, what happened, Django, I started learning it. And वो video, I am telling you कि कुछ समझ नहीं आया. Like एक like starting के चार पांच वीडियो तक that कोरिश कैफर थी Django. कुछ समझ नहीं आ रहा था कि कर क्या रहा है, हो क्या रहा है, मॉडल क्या है, व्यूज क्या है, यूआरएल्स क्या है. बट वो ऐसी चीज है जो बाय टाइम ही क्लियर हुई थी. तो दिस इज अ वेरी चैलेंज जो स्टार्टिंग में लोगों को समझ ही नहीं आता कि एग्जैक्टली हो क्या रहा है, कर क्या रहा है, बिकॉज वी डोंट understand how Django is working because उनके खुद के कुछ लॉजिक्स होते हैं, उनके खुद के कुछ सिंटेक्स होते हैं, खुद की वर्किंग होती है, उसके ऊपर बैकएंड की वर्किंग होती है, एंड बैकएंड नॉर्मली टफ होता ही है. तो मेरे लिए तो वो चीज बहुत ही कंफ्यूजिंग हो गई थी कि बेसिकली मतलब कि आई वेंट लाइक कि कुछ समझ नहीं आ रहा, बट दैट कंसिस्टेंसी जो थी वो मुझे मेंटेन रखी. एंड बाय टाइम जब मैंने प्रोजेक्ट्स करना चालू करे, खुद से चीजों को करना स्टार्ट करा और डॉक्यूमेंटेशन को पढ़ा, दैट चेंज द होल गेम. या
So there is a question from like someone because, about the freelancing part, like how we can get opportunity for the
हाँ.
freelancing.
So they're like are there freelancing opportunities? So yeah, I'll tell you one of examples. So one of my wingy, he was trying for the DVM task and he didn't get selected in the DVM backend. So for Bennett people, DVM is like responsible for Fest and they make every website, and that's a pro team for web things and all. So the DVM, he worked for it very hard. It's very competitive thing. So didn't get selected. So after what happened, he started doing this, whatever the skill he had learned in backend, he started applying for opportunities and all. And today, again, tell you वो बंदा 30,000 रुपए 2 दिन में उड़ा के आ रहा है अपनी बंदी पे. Like this much he's earning. So that take time. That he's also doing ML and also other things too. So even that requires time, that more efforts and experience. But starting के लिए there are lot of, I'll say, free internships available on internship shala, and बहुत सारी ऐसी sites हैं. तो उनमें तो तुम definitely wander कर सकते हो, and then you can, पहले तो starting में free करना पड़ेगा, उसके बाद धीरे धीरे जैसे जैसे तुम्हारा पोर्टफोलियो लेवल पे बिल्ड हो जाएगा, people will start giving you money for it, and around you can charge like month में, because what he is actually doing backend plus ML thing. So 1 month में I think he earns 30 to 60 में तो आराम से चलता ही है. And for one project I think he charged 20,000 something like this amount. तो वो तो मिल जाएंगे बाय लाइक बिट्स वालों का एक और रहेगा कि लॉट ऑफ सीनियर्स आर हैविंग स्टार्टअप, सो इन दैट स्टार्टअप आल्सो दे आर पेइंग, सो वो अपॉर्चुनिटीज मिलती जाती है. एंड एज योर पोर्टफोलियो बिल्ड्स, लोग जानते हैं, दे रिकमेंड यू टू देम, तो वो चीज भी काफी इजी हो ही जाएगी. तो वो चीज पहले तो भी फ्री में काम करो, इंटर्नशिप्स उठाओ और चीजें करो, एंड देन यू डेफिनेटली स्टार्ट बिल्डिंग दैट कनेक्शंस एंड नेटवर्क.
I like to add one thing like जिसने भी एक क्वेश्चन पूछा था. So if you are having a great portfolio, like if you build your portfolio and then you have to find a paid client, then I believe then you should start working on your LinkedIn, because mainly if you have to get your first client, then LinkedIn will be the best option. Don't go for the freelancing websites like Fiverr, Upwork, because there's a lot of competition there. You won't get a job because why would someone hire you when he or she is getting better one than you in cheaper price? So just build your LinkedIn, start building a personal brand on LinkedIn, and start DMing people. Like not about asking for the work. Start generally DM them for a general conversation. Then you can ask them like if you have some work for the web, I can do that. But before that, as she said, first build your portfolio, because without portfolio, no one going to even ask you for a meeting. So just first focus on your portfolio, and starting before starting, decide your domain. Like either you have to go in the front end, back end, or full stack. That's my point. Like, and getting starting with the first time in freelancing is quite difficult. Like, mainly the main thing is that getting your first 1 or 2 clients. That will be the most difficult part. Don't get lured by the he's earning 30,000 or 40,000, because you have to reach that point. Like it takes so much efforts, mainly in freelancing, because since from past 2 3 years after the corona, freelancing space is quite competitive, mainly in this web dev space, like graphic design. These 2 3 spaces are quite like competitive, so don't just focus on earning money, focus on your skills first.
So there's a question from Kritika. She said
Yeah.
that she started JS and React. So what project should I focus on? So starting के अंदर beginners में I'll say कि the first project you should pick is cloning the website. Just directly go on to websites like uh, Amazon and Flipkart and try to copy them. रिएक्ट के अंदर और भी ज्यादा लाइक चीजें तुम्हारे पास सीखने को मिलती, तो देयर आर मच मोर कॉम्प्लिकेटेड. HTML, CSS, and Java. With these three stack of things, you can clone a Netflix or I think Amazon website. For React, you need much more complicated JS things, so you can actually go with the Figma or other sites. Let's just look for the sites जिनका भी तुमको लगता है कि यार ये बहुत अच्छी दिख रही है, बहुत रिस्पॉन्सिव है, बहुत इसके अंदर फीचर्स हैं. सो आई विल से कि उनको बस क्लोन करने का ट्राई करो. दिस शुड बी योर फर्स्ट प्रोजेक्ट, है ना? I think that answers your question. Other that I want to earn using tech, how should I do? I have just completed my first year, so what should I? Well, so if you want to earn using a tech, that's what we have said. Key first, build your, like one of the point, very good point is like build your LinkedIn. Okay, that GitHub पे open source contributions करो, LinkedIn और अच्छे से build करो, do some random internships and try to talk to your seniors who are actually in this field because they might be having some projects. So उनके पास कोई ना कोई project होगा and they might need someone. So if you'll be in contact with this thing, with such people, then you'll definitely get these opportunities. So this could be the things which you can do in summer, and I'll say basically अभी earn करने से ज़्यादा इस summer में try to learn, because I'm not very sure कि कितना तुम्हें भी आता होगा, but try to, because अभी तुम market में जाओगे और सिर्फ front end लेकर जाओगे, सिर्फ back end लेकर जाओगे, कोई नहीं देगा. They want कि full stack हो, बंदे को एक बंदे को 20,000 देंगे, उसको सब आना चाहिए. It's better to learn more and more skill to get more and more paid. So abhi, rather than earning some few thousands of rupees, it will not be an, it's kind of waste of time, because उस time में तुम और ज़्यादा चीजें अपना like opportunity cost effect कर रहे हो. तो basically उस time को तुम किसी चीज को learn करने के लिए spend कर सकते हो जिससे तुम ज़्यादा earn करोगे और आगे तक भी. तो यही है कि अभी समर ब्रेक्स में जितना सीख सकते हो. इफ यू नो बैक एंड देन यू गो लर्न फ्रंट एंड. इफ यू नो फ्रंट एंड देन ट्राई फॉर डिजाइन आल्सो, कि डिजाइन भी आए. एंड देन सर्वर डेवलपमेंट्स जब हो भी जाए, देन इवन थिंक फॉर एआई एंड एमएल, बिकॉज राइट नाउ उस पर अपॉर्चुनिटीज बहुत ज्यादा है. Guide for Golang dev and open source contribution. Yeah. So right now जब GSoC का part start होगा ना, I'll specifically open Golang वाली sites. तो उससे तुम्हें समझ आ जाएगा कि basically Golang dev में open source contribution कैसे करना है. तो वो part उसमें cover कर लेंगे. The most growing field in the upcoming years, and how can you decide which field suits me? Oh, so this is a good question. Ki which domain is one of the most growing field in the upcoming years? I'll say वही आंसर है. जितनी फास्ट टेक्नोलॉजी चेंज हो रही है, जस्ट स्टिकिंग टू वन फील्ड वोंट हेल्प. सो अभी जो चीज, अगर कोई ऐसी मैं फील्ड क्या हूं, सपोज आई विल से एआई एंड एमएल, देयर आर टाइम्स जो चीज, जब वो चीज बिल्कुल खत्म हो जाएगी 15-20 साल बाद मे बी, एंड यू विल जस्ट द साइबर सिक्योरिटी वुड बी द थिंग. तो यही बात है कि ये सब जो चीजें हैं, रादर देन कि दिस इज माय फील्ड, the tech should be your field. कि मुझे टेक्नोलॉजी पसंद है ना, everything in technology is what I like. ठीक है, तो right now, and how do I decide which field suits me? That's a very interesting question, and that's the thing. कि मैं front end करूं, कि मैं back end करूं, कि मैं design करूं, I have this confusion. So I'll say कि it is start with just knowing basics of everything. At least तुम्हें Python आनी चाहिए, at least. बिकॉज अगर तुम्हें पाइथन आती है तो तुम्हारे को हर चीज यूज होगी. तो एटलीस्ट यू शुड अंडरस्टैंड पाइथन क्या है. अब अगर तुम्हें पाइथन बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग लगे, तुम्हें बैकएंड के अब जैसे हाउ आई स्टार्टेड गोइंग इनटू बैकएंड, बिकॉज आई लाइक चैलेंजेस. तो मेरा रीजन बहुत अलग है, किसी और का रीजन बहुत अलग होगा. बैकएंड मुझे लगता था यार बहुत चैलेंजिंग है, बहुत लॉजिक्स है, बहुत दिमाग लगाना पड़ता है, एंड दिस इज समथिंग व्हिच विल ट्रेन मी फॉर मोर हार्डर शिट. सो आई चूज बैकएंड. दिस वाज माय लॉजिक टू चूज बैकएंड. तो दिस इज द थिंग. फिर उसके बाद बेसिक्स ऑफ HTML, CSS, JS आना ही चाहिए, बिकॉज उसके बाद तुम बहुत चीजों में वो हो पाओगे. ठीक है, तो बेसिक तो सब सीखो, और उसके अंदर जो तुम्हें चीज में बहुत मजा आने लगे, दैट इज योर फील्ड. बट बेसिक सबका आना चाहिए.
I want to
After
add
master
something
of
in this, like, so don't just go with the field which is growing. First identify कि तुम्हें किसमें अच्छा लग रहा है. बिकॉज इट इज नॉट लाइक कि एआई बहुत ज्यादा ग्रोइंग कर रहा है तो तुम्हें उसमें इंटरेस्ट ही हो, तो उसमें तुम कुछ नहीं करोगे। बट अगर कोई फील्ड बहुत ज्यादा ग्रोइंग भी नहीं है, बट उसमें अगर तुम बहुत अच्छा कर रहे हो ना, देन डेफिनेटली तुम्हें बहुत सक्सेस मिलेगी उसमें। सो इट्स नॉट लाइक कि मतलब तुम देखो अगर ड्रोन इंडस्ट्री है, ड्रोन इंडस्ट्री, आईओटी इंडस्ट्री है, ये भी बहुत बड़ी इंडस्ट्री नहीं है, बट इन नेक्स्ट 10-15 ईयर्स दे आर गोइंग टू बी वन ऑफ द बिगेस्ट इंडस्ट्री। सो स्टार्ट ऑल्सो उसमें भी देखो कि फ्यूचर में कौन सी इंडस्ट्री बहुत ज्यादा ग्रो करने वाली है, नॉट अबाउट कि प्रेजेंट सिनेरियो क्या है, क्योंकि फ्यूचर का भी तो तुम्हें सोचना है ना। तो ये तो है नहीं कि तुम्हें अगले 5 या 6 साल जॉब करनी है, जो भी तुम करना है तुम्हें कम से कम नेक्स्ट 15 इयर्स का गोल लेके चलना चाहिए कि हाँ क्या हो सकता है। मे बी आज जो एआई टेक्नोलॉजी है वो 10 साल बाद बहुत पुरानी होगी, हो सकता है तुम्हें कुछ और नया लर्न करना पड़े। सो आई जस्ट से वांट टू से कि फर्स्ट फोकस तुम्हें किस में इंटरेस्ट आता है। नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन है
so like we'll just like take 1 or 2 questions and then we start with the GSoC part.
Yeah, I think you should skip this GSoC one question because we will cover this in the next part.
हाँ वो
We
तो
can-
वहाँ cover होने वाला
I
है।
can answer this LinkedIn wala question like I'm good at LinkedIn. So if you have to work on the LinkedIn now, first start posting content on it. Like तुम्हें जिसमें भी इंटरेस्ट आता है ना, जरूरी नहीं है कि तुम्हें वेब डेव में इंटरेस्ट वेब डेव में करना है या टेक में करना है, तुम्हें जिसमें भी इंटरेस्ट है ना उसमें पोस्ट करना शुरू करो। तुम्हें ग्राफिक डिजाइनिंग में इंटरेस्ट है उसमें पोस्ट करो, तुम्हें कैरियर डेवलपमेंट से रिलेटेड टिप्स देनी है करो, तुम्हें कोर्सेज पता है कि कहाँ पे अच्छे कोर्सेज मिल सकते हैं तुम उससे रिलेटेड करो, बट जस्ट स्टार्ट पोस्टिंग और ऐसा करो जो रेलेवेंट हो। एंड सबसे बड़ी प्रॉब्लम लिंक्डइन में, मतलब मैंने भी जो स्टार्ट किया था, इज कंसिस्टेंसी नहीं रहती। यू हैव टू पोस्ट एटलीस्ट वंस इन अ डे। अगर तुम नहीं रहोगे तो तुम्हारी लिंक्डइन ऊपर वो रैंक ही नहीं होगा एल्गोरिथम में। फर्स्ट इज कि स्टार्ट पोस्टिंग डेली। सेकंड, स्टार्ट रीचिंग आउट टू पीपल हु आर बिट अबव योर लेवल। ठीक है, मतलब अगर तुम एक लेवल पे हो, मिनिमम तुम 10% पे हो, तो स्टार्ट रीचिंग टू पीपल हु आर एट 20 or 30%. डोंट गो फॉर people reaching people who are at 60% because they won't reply you and you just get demotivated. So start reaching on them. उनसे पूछो कि इंडस्ट्री में क्या चल रहा है। मे बी इफ यू मैसेज टू 100 cold DMs, then you will get reply to 1 or 2, मे बी 0 भी हो सकता है। मेरे साथ क्योंकि हुआ है, जब स्टार्टिंग में मैंने स्टार्ट किया था, so I am sending around 60 DMs daily and I am maybe I am getting 1 or 2, that too कि वो इंटरेस्ट ही नहीं थे बात करने में, क्योंकि उनको लगता है कि हमें क्या मिल रहा है उससे, what benefits we are gaining from talking to you. So first एक वैल्यू भी क्रिएट करनी है तुम्हें। So if you are creating a content ना, तो उससे लोगों को लगता है हाँ तुम एक वैल्यू ऐड कर रहे हो उनकी लाइफ में। ठीक है, तीसरा तुम थोड़ा ऑप्टिमाइजेशन पे काम करो प्रोफाइल के। आई हैव सीन सो मेनी कॉलेज स्टूडेंट की उनकी एक तो प्रोफाइल पिक्चर ढंग की नहीं होती। मतलब प्रोफाइल पिक्चर शुड भी ना कि उसमें तुम्हारा सिर्फ फेस हो, क्योंकि जब कोई बंदा तुम्हें सर्च करेगा ना, सो he will just see your profile picture because there is a famous line, people first recognize you by your face not by your name. So just keep the picture as much as crisp and clear. Second, यूज कीवर्ड्स इन योर डिस्क्रिप्शन, प्रोफाइल डिस्क्रिप्शन। मतलब काफी उसको सिंपल रखना, उसे ज्यादा चैट जीपीटी वगैरह मत यूज करना। अगर चैट जीपीटी करोगे ना तो वो बहुत बेकार लगता है, मैंने ट्राई किया। ठीक है, तो प्रोफाइल लिंक्डइन में तो खासकर मत यूज करना चैट जीपीटी, उनका एल्गोरिथम बहुत अच्छा है, वो बहुत इजीली डिटेक्ट कर लेता है एआई को। स्टार्ट मतलब तुम्हें अगर तुम दिन का 1 घंटा भी दे रहे हो ना, और इन 3 महीने में 2 महीने में अगर तुमने बहुत अच्छा टाइम भी दे लिया लिंक्डइन को, then you can easily grow your LinkedIn very fast. Like in 2 months you can easily grow to, अगर तुम 0 पे हो तो you can easily grow to 3000 or 4000 followers. कनेक्ट करो लोगों